Okay, there are so many different ways that I could cover this. Okay, I'm gonna try it this way. Let me reenact for you the general consensus and reaction and view of the New Mutants trailer. Okay? It's interesting, I guess. I at least like how they're, trying something new. They're experimenting. They're trying to shake things up. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That was the general consensus and reaction to the 2017 New Mutants trailer under the Fox banner. Let me reenact for you the New Mutants trailer under the Marvel banner. Wow! This looks interesting! I love how they're experimenting and trying new things and trying to, shake things up. I can't wait to see this movie! Do you notice the difference? Did you by chance notice the difference? Like, do you guys why do you guys constantly go out of your way to establish how full of shit you are? How you are such mindless Marvel zombie fanboys? It's the same goddamn movie! It's a comic book horror movie! But 3 years ago, it was but now it's like, yay? Like, the most common descriptive term for this movie is it's interesting. Okay? You guys can't even muster up the ability to say this actually looks good because you know it doesn't look good. You know it. You can't even say this looks good. The best you can give this trailer is it looks interesting. You're pathetic. You're goddamn pathetic. I'll get to the trailer. Hold on. I still need to call out you bullshit artists and fake comic book. I'm going to establish how you guys, I already established how you're mindless Marvel zombie fanboys. That as long as it's under the Marvel banner, you'll love a movie that I had almost no interest in when it was a Fox property. Okay? I've already established you're full of shit in that aspect. Now I'm going to have to establish how you're fake comic book fans. Okay? Now, I have no problem with comic book horror genre movies. They've already done some. The Crow, Darkman, Brightburn. You can do that. But here's an integral part of a comic book movie in the horror genre. The character has to be geared to the horror genre. You see, The Crow wouldn't work in an Avengers type movie, in a basic superhero type movie. That's not the Crow's character. That's not his genre. That's not how it works. There are characters that are geared to the comic book horror genre. Joker, obviously, would easily work in a horror slasher flick. Constantine would work in a horror one, dealing with demons and his demons that he has to deal with. The Preacher, early Swamp Thing. There are a bunch of characters that are literally geared for the horror genre. What this movie's doing is, screw it. We can literally take any superhero characters and just plop them in a horror genre. Because to you, the audience, the comic book characters are interchangeable. They're irrelevant. They don't mean it. Who cares if the character isn't a horror genre-based character? Just shove them in a horror movie, and that's all you gotta do. Like imagine taking the Fantastic Four and putting them in a horror genre, in a horror comic book horror movie. It doesn't work. it doesn't work. But if you don't know who the Fantastic Four is, and you shove them in there, you'd have to literally change the characters to make them fit into the genre they're in, but then they wouldn't be Reed Richards, and they wouldn't be Johnny Storm, it would just be the name. You would have to change the characters, you would have to change the tone of the superheroes to fit a genre they're not designed for. But because you're such fake comic book fans and don't give a rat's ass about the actual comic book characters, sure, shove the New Mutants into a horror genre. Shove them into a romantic comedy. You couldn't care less. Because you don't give a shit. You're just, I thought the Joker was bad enough, exposing how full of shit you guys are as fake comic book fans. But no, you guys keep proving it. Okay, now that I got that rant out of my system, onto the trailer and the movie. Now, and again, there's just so much to cover. How's this? It's rated PG-13. It's a Marvel property, and they're going to be trying to gear it to kids. How much horror do you think is going to be in this film? How purposely dense and naive do you have to be to think that this is going to be a horror movie? It's going to have horror elements at best, even based on the trailer. Okay? It looks like the first, I'm calling it right now, the first 2 acts are going to be horror based, but the third act is going to be a superhero movie where the New Mutants basically are going to be fighting Demon Bear. The third act is going to go, screw the horror genre, we're done that. Now we're going to, because they tweaked it into and you want to know how else I know that this movie isn't going to do well and that Disney themselves have no goddamn faith in this movie? What's coming out a month after this movie is going to be released? Oh, I know. Black Widow? You're going to release a Marvel movie a month before the Black Widow movie. One of the most anticipated movies of 2020. Because Disney knows the only money that movie is going to make is the opening weekend and the following weekend. That's it. Disney themselves have no goddamn faith in this movie to put it a month before the Black Widow movie. And you want further proof? What's coming up 2 months after the Black Widow movie? The Morbius movie. Do any of you even remember that? Because the last time we saw a teaser trailer was like a year ago. Oh, Morbius. That's most likely going to be rated R, is geared to the horror genre. No. That movie we're going to make an action film, but the New Mutants we're going to make a horror film out of. Yeah. Explain to me how that's supposed to work. How you have Morbius, who actually works in the horror genre, not being a horror comic book movie, but is in an action movie. But the New Mutants, who are, like, you want to experiment? Wouldn't Morbius have been the perfect vehicle for that? It's a character, but again, you don't care. The fact that Morbius, a character literally designed for the horror genre, is put in a comic book action movie, you're fine with it. What do you care? Yeah, so you have the mutants. Now, you have Ilania Rasputin. Now, go check out any general information on this movie. Ilania Rasputin's power, her superhero name is Magic. She has the ability of sorcery, okay? She has access to magic. Oh, and by the way, she can teleport. Explain to me how they were able to keep Elena Rasputin, okay, who has sorceress powers of sorcery and the ability to teleport in this facility of whatever it is. Explain to me how they're gonna do that. Yeah, there's that force field that can somehow, resist magic. Gee, I hope whoever designed that isn't a villain of Doctor Strange, or otherwise he's screwed, right? This movie's stupid. Disney literally has zero faith in this movie going in if they're going to put it a month before the Black Widow. Okay? Sorry. Okay? And the fact that the majority of you can't even muster the ability to say this actually looks good, and the best you can give this trailer and this movie is that it looks interesting. What else is there to say? You know what? But what do you care? You're bullshit artists, you're fake comic book fans, and you're mindless Marvel zombie fanboys. I didn't even want to cover this trailer because I had no more interest in this movie now than I did 3 years ago. Like the rest of you. It's not like any of you went, oh, gee, now that Fox is under, we're never going to see that new Mutants horror comic book movie. Gee, I hope Marvel picks up that new Mutants horror movie so we can see it. You literally forgot it existed until the trailer came out and went, oh yeah, that's right, that movie existed. But because it's got a Marvel banner in front of it, now all of a sudden, you're anticipating the movie. Which is why I made this video to call out you bullshit artists, you fake comic book fans, and you mindless Marvel zombie fanboys. You know what? Maybe I should actually talk about the trailer itself. It sucked. It's stupid. There's my review and reaction to the trailer. I could probably rant for another half hour, but I'm gonna start rambling. So that's it for me. God knows I'm probably going to watch the movie just so I can laugh at how stupid it is and full of shit it is. But, because none of you are going to do it. Anyway, I'm out of here. See ya.